Hey you, welcome to my YouTube. I'm Sheree Amber, and on this channel, you'll learn everything about lash extensions and lifestyle as a lash artist. I've inspired so many artists all over the world and helped them become confident again in their lashing. I'm still walking through their lash journey with them as I'm still on mine. I hope you stick around because I have so much to share, and maybe I'll inspire you as well. In today's YouTube video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I did with my model that I lashed in the last video, from her eye shape and me styling that eye shape to the application process and maybe a tip or trick here or there in this video. Without further ado, here you go. So this was my lovely, lovely model and follower and now a friend, Yvette. She has been following me for quite some time since I was back in Colorado. This video she said she ever watched of mine from TikTok was the timing video where I was telling all the lash artists not to worry about timing because timing comes with experience. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I am the microfoam fanatic. Like, I'm obsessed with microfoam pads, and these are my microfoam tape pre-cut pads. I love them very, very much. I will not go a day without these foam pads. Right now I am prepping her lashes for the application, and I am just going in with my new lash shampoo that I just launched last week. And I'm really trying to get in there. I'm getting the bases. I even like to kind of lift the lid just like this and really get in each of the layers. So I always tell everybody, especially my students, not to be afraid to get in there. Lift the lid and get as many of those layers as possible. So I'm shampooing. I like to shampoo the lid, and then I go in with a rinse on my applicators. I just add some water on the applicators and rinse off until all of that shampoo product is off. And then I go ahead and I dry the lashes so that I can apply my water-based primer to add moisture back into those natural lashes, because our adhesive just loves moisture. Now for Yvette's eye shape, she had more of a monolid eye shape. So with that type of eye shape, we want to stop saying eye shape a lot. Just kidding. But we want to open up her eyes more. And that's exactly what we did. So I gave her a reverse cat eye, which I have never done before, but it was super fun to experiment with different types of mappings. And yes, everything I wanted to accomplish with her eye set or her eye shape, I did, and I was super happy about that. So I know some of you are probably here from Instagram and TikTok wondering what I'm doing here in this clip. And if you notice that lash came off super easy, that tells me that I need to use more adhesive. So I basically call this, or my husband helped me name this, the self-check. So I like to use this little trick while I'm lashing so that I can gauge my application, and it lets me know about my retention as well. So it's a great little tip and trick for you to do while you're lashing. Now, I always love to lash in layers. It's something that's become normal in our industry, and I'm pretty happy about that. So what I'm doing is getting all of those bottom layers, and we're going to make sure we get as much coverage as possible on the bottom layer, because if you've ever only lashed the top layers and then your client opens her eyes and you're like, what the heck? I thought I got all her lashes. The bottom layer is usually the layer that your client and everyone else is going to see first. We want as much depth and dimension as possible. And this is the first time I'm probably sharing this with anybody, but taping techniques are not always easy for me. So I'm determined to figure out the best possible way to tape back and lift those layers, but whatever. I mean, we all have our struggles, right? I've been lashing for like 8.5 years now, and yes, I still have my struggles. I think it's more of a mindset thing, honestly, because yeah, I struggled mindset wise with a lot of things in my life, and that included lashing. So I'm working on changing all of that with my lashing now, because it's like the next one. And this was my first time lashing someone other than my sister here in Texas. So I was super nervous, and I was also like really rusty. This set took me quite some time. So next model, I will be working on timing and all of that so that I'm not taking so long and I can finish a set within my normal time, which was 2 hours. I'm trying to get down to an hour, but we'll see, because it is possible. I've seen it with clean isolation, everything. I have seen it. So that's my goal for right now, is to get my timing down and become more efficient again in my lashing. I also like to use my fingers to isolate, if you haven't noticed. I use my pinky a lot, or you'll see in another clip where I'm literally just using my fingers to isolate. That's something that I learned very recently, to lash with my fingers. After I quit lashing and I got back into lashing again, I decided I wasn't going to be so close-minded and closed off to different techniques and different things in our industry, because it kept me kind of locked up. It didn't feel like I was getting much anywhere in this industry. And as soon as I decided to open up mentally and be open to different techniques, I have seen so much change and so much growth in my lashing since I decided that. So typically when I'm in a groove of lashing, I start with the inner and outer corners because they're the death of me. But I think I was just super nervous lashing Yvette, and I just was trying my very best to just get something on her face. But yeah, here's me using my fingers to isolate. And you always want to be sanitizing your hands. So we, just like we learned in aesthetic school or whatever you guys went to, the contact with the client is super important. I even learned that in massage school. I don't ever want to remove the touch or the contact with the client. I also really like to guide my client's head back and forth. If you haven't noticed, I don't really tell them. Sometimes I'll tell them I'm going to move their head, but most of the time I just use the weight of my wrists and kind of guide their head in the direction I need it. I also turn my knees towards the trouble area, the area that I'm lashing in, so that I'm saving my body and I can access the area that I need to, along with turning their head. That helps too. But I'm using Pro-Made fans to aid me in my time in this set, and the famous blue isolation tweezers with the new Brits that are coming and relaunching soon. For those of you who really miss our Brits, they're coming back. I've just been revamping them and testing out new ones so that we can give you guys the best. If you guys have any questions or any video requests, please comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see, but this is kind of what I've got coming for you guys. I'm going to be giving a lot of my attention to YouTube, and I want to give as much value and helpful information as much as I possibly can, because when I was lashing alone and there wasn't much information out there, I would have loved a YouTube channel like this to help me and inspire me and give me just something, some sort of hope to not get discouraged and keep lashing. Because if you're new here, I have quit, like for sure quit several times, and just always ended up back into lashing again. Now here I am doing the tape back technique. Get all of her outer corners, and I do the same thing for the inner corners and all over. But that's what I'm working on in this clip. I'm just getting all of her outer corners. Sometimes you'll find that certain clients have, like, they sleep on their face a lot, and so like their outer corners will be kind of unruly. I like to lash those very special. So you always want to come in on the opposite side of which it's like going unruly. So say it's like curling up and off to the left or something. Go where you can get the most contact, like base to base contact. Now, I know you probably have heard this a lot, but always check with your mirror. Always, because her eye was damn open. It was open, so I had to readjust, and that's what I'm doing right here. I'm readjusting the tape, and then I'm going to go and grab that outer corner of the tape, and I'm going to tape it down so that it closes the eye. Much better. Also, you'll notice in this video that, like, when it's taped back, I'll grab my finger just like this, and I'll kind of push the lid down so that I can kind of control the lashes in a way and push the natural lash that I'm aiming for out. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's the best I can explain it. But I guess I'll stop talking and let you guys watch the rest of my lashing. It's not the best. I'm freaking rusty as heck. But watch me get it back. Watch me. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now and let you watch the rest, and then I'll come back at the end. And here she is, open-eyed, beautiful inside and out Yvette, my friends. She's so special. I love her so very much, and her words and everything that she shared with me during this lash session was literally everything that I have ever needed. Because sometimes doing what I do, I guess I don't think anything reaches anybody, but she let me know it does. Everything I used in this video will be linked down below. Make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe, bestie. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, watch out. Here I come.